it's Gracie from Gracie Design for the Crafters Workshop. Today I'm going to be using a cool tool from Grafix. It is a monoprint plate, but I haven't tried it before. It is different. It is actually very lightweight and flexible, and I thought I'd use it to create a background. And I'm going to do what's usually called ink smooshing, but I'm going to try it out with paint. And so I'm starting out by adding some raspberry sorbet paint, and this is heavy body paint that I watered down from the Crafters Workshop, and I'm then applying it to the background directly, lifting the plate and pressing it to the background. And as you can see, this plate is really flexible, so it will allow you to actually create patterns as you press down the plate. I'm layering different colors here. I'm layering spun sugar, which is the white, and lemon custard. And I keep layering color until I'm happy with the pattern that I create on the background. You can do a very simple paint smooshing background, or you can go ahead and keep layering color until you're happy with the result. I find that this technique works great when you water down the paint because it creates patterns as you lift the plate. I didn't waste any paint on the plates. What I did is, whatever was left, I applied it to some pieces of cardstock. I think the second generation smooshing actually looks even cooler than the first application. So here are some of the backgrounds that I created using this technique. I love the blue ones because they look like water. So next I'm going to be applying some clear modeling paste, and I'm going to be using here the Leafy texture TCW921 stencil 6x6. And what I love about this stencil is, although it's meant to be sort of a leafy fall background, it will look great as a wavy texture on this blue background. This modeling paste dries clear, but it is matte, so it will allow you to keep layering color and texture on top of the stenciled area. Once the paste was dry, I placed the stencil again, and I applied some Blueberry Pie heavy body paint from the Crafters Workshop, and I just try to cover some of the areas irregularly to create contrast and more layering. I also layered Kale Smoothie paint, and this is a very pretty green that goes very well with the blue that we applied previously. While the paint was still wet, I applied some metallic gold pan pastels to the stenciled area. And because the paint wasn't completely dry yet, the pan pastels stuck to it without the need of any fixatives. I wanted to use a bold accent for each of those backgrounds, so I went with this large die cuts, and I thought these mermaid tails would look great with those blue backgrounds because they look like water. And so I added texture and color to them using a thick brush and applying some gold gesso in this case. And while the gesso was still wet, I added even more texture with different kinds of glitter. You can use any texture paste from the Crafters Workshop for this technique because they all work great. And what I did is I added some shimmery goodness embossing paste to other die cuts that I wanted to be white instead. To finish off my cards, I added a vellum banner across each of the backgrounds using Grafix Vellum number 24. This is a digital sentiment from my Etsy shop, and printing it in a laser printer allowed me to run it through a laminator and foil it with beautiful deco foil. Now all there is to do is mount that onto a card base, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this fun technique. I hope you try out paint smooshing. If you've tried out ink smooshing before, this is going to be fun. For more creative ideas, make sure to follow the Crafters Workshop blog. You can always follow me at graceledesign.blogspot.com. Remember that all supplies are listed below and also on the blogs. And I thank you for watching. Until next time.